Awareness Month, and that is, of course, this month. Yeah. There's so much going on, though, and you guys at Caiden's Corner, y'all are doing a lot across the state. Yeah. I mean, from the north part to the south part of the state. Yeah. Tell me about just how important Autism Awareness Month is for everyone, and then also what you guys are doing coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So Autism Awareness Month is really when everyone kind of rallies around it. But for us, parents that have children on the spectrum and families that see this every day, it's every day for us.
Yeah.
But we really do like to lean into April.
Yeah.
Because the awareness and the acceptance and the knowledge people gain, every bit of that helps us bring more providers to the state, more resources to the state, so that we can get these children the help that they need and the early intervention that they need.
Yeah.
So we, as Caiden's Corner, our biggest goal is to educate and empower parents on things they can do at home, because our children sit on wait lists for anywhere from 6 months to 5 years to get services. And so being able to have some intervention at home is key. And our goal at Caiden's Corner is just to educate and empower parents on those things they can do, and also other educators, other organizations, other nonprofits out there that want to have more knowledge about it, want to be more inclusive. We've partnered with them. We are launching Mississippi's first mobile sensory unit soon.
That's awesome.
We're super excited, and to help us raise funds to finish that, we are having an Autism Acceptance Walk Saturday.
Is this y'all's first walk?
This is our first walk.
That's
so this
huge.
Will be, and we've had so much interest, so many teams and participants already registered, a lot of vendors. The community has rallied around that, for sure, all over the state. We have people driving down from all over the state to be able to do that, and we've already decided it will definitely be a signature event. So I know this is the first autism walk in Hancock County in a very, very long time. I can't find a definitive date, but it's been well over a decade.
Yeah.
And it was something parents asked for, and we just felt like it would really, bring everyone together to celebrate in our month, in Autism Awareness Month.
Yeah, and we just pulled up a picture of the flyer as well, and there's QR code there, there's all the information there, but there's also Sweet Caiden on the screen. So tell me about kind of your experience a little bit starting Caiden's Corner, and how you just knew there was a gap there.
There was so much of a gap, I published a book about it. But it was something in 2018. He was diagnosed a few months before he turned 3. And so he was very young, but we struggled a lot with eloping and safety concerns, and he was non-speaking. So the communication was there. I didn't know if my child, if he was hurt, if he was just crying because he was tired, if he was hungry. There was a lack of communication, and back then we did not have quite as many resources we have today, but we also know more children are getting diagnosed earlier now, and so even though we have more resources, they're still not meeting that demand that we need to get that early intervention. But I always kind of knew, I'd say about 3 years after his diagnosis, when we finally got a groove of things and he was making a lot of progress, I always kind of knew that I needed to use everything that I had learned and pass that along to other parents.
Right.
And it was on my vision board, and I don't know, one random day I was like, it's coming off the vision board, we're gonna make it happen.
It's real life, it's go time,
So our first board meeting was a year ago.
Wow.
We launched in June, so we're not even a year old technically yet.
Wow.
And we have served over 400 people so far. We've done over 10 workshops between other nonprofits and parents. So we are going to keep pushing to get the attention of the state and the medical providers that are needed in this area.
Yeah, I mean, because that is your whole experience, right?
Yeah.
You want to make it an easier process, more accessible, right? For parents going through this and they're struggling, they don't have what they need. You want to give them those resources and make it just easier across the state of Mississippi. I mean, you're busy today. You're headed up to go speak as well about your experience, and I'm sure about your book a little bit as well. So that's just incredible what you're doing. It's not even a year old. How much y'all have grown. I'm sure that is kind of awesome to see.
It is mind-blowing. And at the time he was diagnosed, no one gives you a roadmap, right? They give you leave the doctor's office with the diagnosis and a 3-page packet with a bunch of phone numbers of providers that are out of service, that are not even in business anymore, they don't exist anymore. And so our goal is to make that roadmap easier, because there are a lot of things that could help parents that are available that they're not even aware of. They're not aware of the medical waivers their child might be eligible for, so they're not getting services because they don't have the insurance coverage, when technically the child might be eligible for state coverage. There's gaps in the school districts and the IEP and services these children are legally supposed to get, and they're not getting them because the parents don't know what questions to ask, right? And so for us, it's really helped taking what feels like a scavenger hunt and turning it into a roadmap of everything they can do.
That's huge.
And us on the back end just continuing to grow that roadmap for them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, and you want to take as great care of, as your child your child as you can, and so to have that knowledge is truly it's got to be comforting, it's got to be reassuring, so that is incredible what you guys are doing. But we're running out of time, so tell them again where this walk is happening, when it's happening, how they can support if they can't be there.
Of course. So at Bay St. Louis Train Depot this Saturday, April 11th, 8 to 4. The first hour, 8 to 9, is actually reserved as a quiet hour for children who are more sensitive to sound, and we will be there in our gazebo answering questions for parents while it's quieter. At 9 o'clock, the full festivities begin. We have bounce houses, sensory stations. We've had a lot of partnerships that are setting up crafts and activities for kids that are sensory friendly. The walk itself happens at 11. But it's an all-day event, and you can find all the information on caidenscorner.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. We're super active. Of course, the QR code there gives you right to the walk page. We hope to see you there, and we're still looking for vendors. We're still looking for anyone that wants to come out, or if you just want to make a donation, you can do that as well.